You just woke up in the morning and you didn't get much sleep last night. Maybe 2, 3 hours. And you've got to go to work or you've got to go to school. And you know it's going to be one of those days where while you're there, you're just not going to be thinking clearly. Everything's just going to be sloppy. Everything's going to be a real problem. It's going to be a drag. You just don't want to be there. But you haven't got a choice. And you've just got to push on and deal through your tiredness. But when you get up, you don't really feel like having food because you're too tired to have food. You don't really have an appetite when you're tired. You don't want to really eat anything. So you go to school or work and without anything to eat, and you're incredibly tired. Like, already just got there and you're extremely tired. You do your thing at school and you look at the clock. You spend the entire time there just staring at the clock, watching the minutes tick by, and it just feels like this day's never gonna end. You're exhausted, you just want to sleep. Because you didn't eat, you're even more exhausted because you haven't got any energy in your body. And you don't feel like eating still. You might not have energy in your body, but you're not hungry because you just have no appetite. All you want to do is just go to sleep. So, a few hours passed, and you're still looking at the clock. It feels like it's been 10 hours, but really it's been 2 or 3. And all you want to do is you just want to go home, go to sleep. A few more hours pass. At this point, you're having trouble actually staying awake. You're trying not to fall asleep at your desk. You're trying not to fall asleep on the job. Whatever work you have done, whether it's schoolwork or actual work, you've done it poorly. And because you're not thinking clearly, you just can't get a full conscious thought out of your head without jumbling it up. A few more hours passed, and you're only a couple hours away from knocking off. And at this point, it's kind of like the biggest marathon stretch. All of what you've passed through today feels like nothing compared to these last 2 hours. And you're just struggling to hold your head up. You just want to go to sleep so badly. So, those hours passed, and you're ready to go home. You end up getting home, and it's only about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And at this point you know that if you go to bed, you're not going to wake up at a reasonable hour. And you're not going to be able to go to do your work or school tomorrow because you're going to be so tired, or you're going to be spending so much time awake before you have to go there. So you know you have to wait a few hours. You can't go to sleep yet. You can see your bed, and you can see how comfy it looks, but you can't go to sleep. You still haven't eaten because you just don't want to do anything. At this point, you just want to sit down, watch a movie, and struggle to stay awake. You go and watch a movie, or you go and play a video game. If you play a video game, your reaction speeds are terrible. You aren't thinking about the smartest way you could have played it, and overall, you're just not enjoying it because realistically, all you want to do is sleep. Like, you don't feel like having fun from a video game. You feel like going to sleep. You watch your movie. You sit there. They say one word and it's already gone. You don't even remember what they said. You're just staring at the screen blankly because you just can't follow a sentence because you're just too tired. And all you still want is to just go to sleep. At this point, it's been a couple hours. It's still only about 5, 6 o'clock. You can't go to sleep yet. You need to last a few more. But you were literally at the point where you're about to fall over from just being exhausted and from being so malnourished because you haven't got any energy from no food. But you still don't feel like eating because you're just still too tired. You don't want to make the food, you don't want to eat the food, you don't have an appetite at all. You just want to go to sleep. That's all you want. You end up lasting that few more hours, and it's come up to the time where it's just about time to go to bed. So you go and have a shower, or go to the toilet, or whatever it is you do before you go to bed. And you go back to your room. You can see your bed. You know this is going to be absolutely awesome. You're just going to get to hop into bed and go to sleep. And just feel so refreshed in the morning. You just feel amazing. You feel like you slept for days. So you go over, you lean on your bed, and you can feel how comfy it is. And you reach over and switch on your lamp. And at the same time, you just don't want to leave the bed. You switch on the lamp, you don't want to leave the bed. Because it's just so comfy, and you're so close to going to sleep. You hop back off the bed. You go over to the light to your room, and you switch off your actual bedroom light. Now you go back over to your bed, and you just hop on it, and you just lay there for a second, just knowing how good this is going to be, and how much you just want to go to sleep. You end up hopping under the covers, and you are just so comfy, so warm. You just know that it is going to be a great night's sleep. And then you reach over and you switch off your lamp. And then all of a sudden, you start thinking about what happened at school or work. You start thinking about the game that you played. You start thinking about something you researched lately. You start thinking about a movie you want to see. You start thinking about what you're going to do tomorrow after school. You start thinking about the fact that you're still thinking. You're exhausted, but you're still thinking. You wonder why. Then you question why. And then all of a sudden, you're thinking about something from ancient history. Then all of a sudden, you're thinking of a TV show. Then all of a sudden, you're thinking of another video game. And at this point, you come back to that thought of, why aren't I asleep yet? And the next thing you know, it's 2 or 3 hours have passed. And you still haven't gone to sleep. Your body is starting to ache from being so tired. You are starving. Your body is exhausted. But you keep thinking. You think of a new program you want to write. You think of a new video you want to make. You think of someone that you want to go talk to. You think of another thing, and all of a sudden, it's 3 in the morning. You went to bed at 9, but it's 3 in the morning, and you still haven't gone to sleep. And at this point, you're thinking, oh my god, I've only got 2 or 3 hours more sleep before I have to be awake. I need to get to sleep. And I know I'm going to get up in the morning, I'm going to have a horrible day, I'm going to be tired again. But you still can't sleep. You just keep thinking. And you keep thinking on the fact that you can't sleep. You keep thinking on the fact that you keep thinking. And then all of a sudden, the light shines in your window. And it's daytime, and you have to get back up. You haven't slept all night. Your body is exhausted. Your head is exhausted. Everything is exhausted. And you have to get up and get ready to go to work or school. And then you have to repeat the entire day all over again, except twice as worse. And this happens every single day. Every single day, you either get between 5 and 0 hours sleep. You haven't had an actual full week where you've slept comfortably every single night for half of your life. And you don't even know why. All it is you just keep thinking. And that is insomnia.